Hey guys, I'm DJ Weaver. I work here at Bomberger's and excited with my friend Nate here. Go ahead, Nate.
I'm Nate Eakin, teacher here at Lititz Elementary. We're both locally in Lititz, have young families, and excited for this opportunity.
Yep. So this summer we have the cool opportunity to support an organization called Zoe International. Zoe is heavily involved in the fight against child trafficking. They do it here locally in central Pennsylvania, right here in Lancaster County actually, and I know they've even worked right here in Lititz. So it's hard to believe it's so prevalent in our area and in this time, but that's the sad reality. And so Zoe does a ton of work to fight that and bring restoration and rescue to children all over the world, including here in Lancaster. So one of the ways we support Zoe is the Race Across America, which we are getting ready to leave on that in a few weeks here in June. And Nate's going to talk a little bit about what Race Across America is.
Yeah, so June 12th we'll fly out to California and get on our bikes for a race from Oceanside, California, all the way to Atlantic City, New Jersey. We hope to accomplish that in just under 6 days. We started doing this in 2019 and it's been a blast. It's a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, but it's worth it. And we love partnering with the local community, and we're so thankful to Bomberger's and the local community and those all around the region coming in and contributing to the race.
So Bomberger's is happy to support organizations like Zoe. We're especially passionate about Zoe because they do so much work to rescue children. And so as a member of the board and stuff, it's just an honor to be able to partner with organizations like Zoe. And we're thankful for guys like Nate and other riders who are willing to train, give their time, energy. All the riders, they train for probably over a year until it's time to do the race. And so we're thankful for the hard work and dedication that they put into it. Signed jersey, this hangs in our conference room here at Bomberger's. All the riders signed it, so it's just a cool reminder for us, for our employees as we meet in here, one of the things that we support.
Every donation we see, every partnership we experience, and handshake we receive is a big encouragement and inspires us. Our slogan, we have it on our handlebars, their freedom is our fuel. And that fuels us when it's 3 a.m. and it's just awful conditions out, raining and dark, and you're like, what am I doing here? It's for the kids. And so thank you for being willing to be a part of that. It's a huge honor to be a part of Zoe and Race Across America. It's a privilege and I don't take it for granted. Super thankful for the opportunity. And last time when we did it, we dedicated our focus and our prayer as we were riding to a certain girl that had been trafficked, rescued by Zoe. And so we had that girl's name written on our forearm so that when we're down in the drops on the TT bike, you can see her name and pray for her and pray for strength. And so I would ask you all to join us in prayer. Pray for my family as they're at home. Pray for all the families and all the riders to be safe and all of our crew. And but it's for the kids. That's why we're doing it. I'm very thankful we have an awesome team leading the administration side, because it can be a nightmare of logistics to pull this puppy together. We have good resources. We've been blessed from that end and good leadership. As far as the riders are concerned, we have a 12-hour shift. So there's 8 of us and we're breaking into 2 subgroups of 4. And my shift will be from midnight until noon. We'll have a direct follow car right behind us with high beams on to help protect safety and keep us from getting run over on the road as we journey across the country. And then we'll rotate. This is, as a rider, this struck a few of us as odd, but we followed the model from the world record setters. We rotate every 15 minutes. So we get on the bike, as soon as our buddy comes up and passes our back wheel, we take off and do a 5-mile-ish sprint, just about all out until the next person is ready. We do that for 12 hours. And then the noon to midnight shift takes over, and we'll do that all the way across the country until we hit Atlantic City.
Yep. So I will be on Nate's team, so we'll be doing nights this time. my job is I'm the van leader or crew leader. So Nate and I sort of run the van together. But my job is to make sure that the riders know where they're going. Like we have an iPad with all that's turn by turn, pre-planned from when we start to when we finish. So I'll sit with each rider before they go out on the road for their turn. We'll look at all the turns, ups and downs. So each rider generally has 2 bikes, so we'll decide which bike they're going to be on. We have bikes on the back of the van and bikes on the roof. So my job is just sort of make sure everyone's comfortable. There's also simple things like, we got to make sure we have food and drink and stuff that the riders want to make sure that they're, have the energy and stuff that they need to get across the country. So I'm just sort of thinking all the time, using my brain, not using my legs or anything like these guys, but tiring, but still fun. It's a blast, but it is tiring.
Yeah, as a rider, we get pampered. It is a blessing to have guys like DJ back again in the same role and an expanded role on top of that. That gives us a lot of comfort and confidence to just focus on riding fast.
Yep. And it's through all conditions. That's, I think, one thing that I took for granted. This is my second time going, but I remember, coming towards the end in 2023, we're standing in the middle of the night, pouring down rain. The next day we're heading into Annapolis. We got traffic. It's just coming down in buckets, and you're trying to do whatever you can to keep your rider safe and on the right track. But there's only so much you can do sometimes when you're stuck in traffic sitting in a van. Yeah,
we've had riders going through about 3 feet of standing water, just spraying water and cars spraying us. We've had headwinds and scary storms, and we've had sandstorms where vehicles literally have to stop for 5 to 10 minutes as a sandstorm completely blinds you and gets sand in every crevice imaginable. But there's a lot of challenges, so your prayers and support are greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and so that's really the motivation behind this is a fundraiser. The race is one of the largest fundraisers that Zoe does, but it's also a way to raise awareness for the fight that is human trafficking. It's just really sad and heartbreaking as you hear these stories. So that's why Nate and I, along with our teammates, mainly almost all here from Lancaster County, that's why we go on this trip. That's why we go through these conditions, is because we're really just trying to rescue as many kids as we can.
That's our why right there. Our fans, our supporters are following these dots so they can see our team and track what place we're in as we pass the soloists that took off days before, the 2-man team, the 4-man team, and eventually you cross the official finish line, and that's when you can stop. You can celebrate with the team, and everyone gathers once the vehicles get there, and you all get together, and then you have a parade entrance to the parade finish, and that's where you're escorted by some police. It's about a 15-minute procession to a ceremony and a stage that will be in Atlantic City. And I remember one year, I think my wife was pregnant and wasn't expecting anyone to show up at the finish line. It was rainy day in Annapolis, Maryland, and I'm crossing the parade finish line and I see my family. And I just lose it. You haven't gotten sleep for 7 days, you're exhausted, and then you see that, and it's pretty special.
Yeah, I remember, the level of tiredness or exhaustion that I felt was so different than these guys riding, but I just sort of remember crossing the line or seeing the guys cross the line, and my brain just sort of stopped. I didn't want to make any more decisions, didn't want to have to think anymore. It was just, got to see my wife and our parents, and just it was a lot of fun. Special moment for sure, and looking forward to that. This coming Saturday is May 10th, and Nate and some of the other riders, myself, some of the Zoe folks are actually going to be here at Bomberger's. We're going to be set up in front of the store. We'll have some bikes here, some tables here. So stop by, meet some of the riders, and learn more about Zoe and the work that they're doing here in Lititz and Lancaster County. It's just an honor to partner with Zoe in this way. Something about, I have young daughters, a young son, and it's, to think about some of the stuff that these kids go through is heartbreaking, because a lot of times it happens to, children that are my kids' age. And so it's really, you can see that in them. And so when I see them, it's just a a reminder as to why we're helping this fight with Zoe and why we go in the race. So thanks for your support.